I was, in 1951, they were drafting people into the United States Army, and we all went down to the recruitment area to be shipped into the United States Army. So we got down there, and they lined everybody up, and they started to count off to 10. And every 10th person went into the Marine Corps, which was rather unusual because the Marine Corps usually did not draft even during Korea or Vietnam. So the end result was I happened to be number 10. So I was very pleased about it because of the reputation the Marine Corps has. I think the reason why the Marine Corps is so instilled in you, the saying is a Marine Corps, once a Marine, always a Marine, I think is true, because anybody that goes through boot camp and lives through it really becomes so proud of himself. Somewhere in the last week of boot camp, they tell you where you're going. In my case, because of my insurance background, they picked me to go into the military police. So then I went back into the South Carolina area, and learned how to become a cop, really. Even that is something to behold. The funny thing is that when you become a military police, you think you're going into probably the safest job you can have besides working in an office. But you gain so much respect for the police today, because you find that as a military policeman, there are a lot of things that can happen. I was on main gate duty one time, and a truck pulled up with a lot of drunken Marines in the back of the truck, and the truck has got a curtain over it as they pull up to the gate. And as a military police, you have to go check the back. So I opened up the gate, the cover on the back, and someone had a blackjack and split my helmet right in half. That's the way he was coming back to know. He knew he was going to jail, so he just didn't care. So things like that can happen to you. One time we were out chasing a prisoner that was going AWOL, and the swamp area, I happened to be at Paris Island at the time, the swamp area around there is quite dense. So all the military police that were stationed at the main gate went out to try to find this fella, and I was the lucky one to find him. But one thing I never expected was that he didn't want to be taken back. So he pulled out a bayonet on me and came at me. And that wasn't particularly an easy moment in my life. I pulled out the .45 automatic, pointed it at him, and I said, "Oh my God, I hope he stops. I can't kill a guy." But he did. He dropped the bayonet, and I took him in. South Carolina was a great base to be at, but in and of itself, to me, it was very boring tour duty. So at one point in time, I went in and I volunteered to go to Germany as a military police, and they told me, no, we have no openings. So then I said, well, what about Europe? No, we don't have any openings. Then I volunteered to go to Japan, which was pretty close to Korea. And they said, well, we'll put your name on a list, but they never called me. So then I really got desperate, and being a foolish young man who thinks he's immortal, I volunteered to go to Korea. And they said, well, that's a good chance, and we'll put you on the list. And I had 87 days left on my tour of duty, And lo and behold, on that 87th day, they came out with a dictum that said that anybody with 90 days or more on the base was going to Korea. So I missed it by 3 days, and I sat there and I said, well, do I want to re-enlist so I could go to Korea? And the answer was no. So I came home. One of the things I should say is that I know a lot of the people that you're going to interview served in World War II and served in Korea itself. And for those people, I have a great deal of admiration. And until recently, I always felt, well, you know, all I did was serve as a military police here in the United States. You know, I don't really have anything big to talk about. And then this past May, I went on the honor flight. And one of the things they said made me feel a lot better, that the military is one large cohesive unit, and each person in the military has a different responsibility. And it's only those responsibilities that put the service together to be what it is today. And that made me feel a little bit better, because a lot of those people on honor flight were real veterans. So I felt a lot better about it, but still, I still admire those that did so much more.